But I've been down this road too many times with this team and with these players when everything is a negotiation. Everything is. And this could be two in the end. The dust is settled and people are back on the golf course and up in Muskoka and having a good time. And,
dude, it's exactly, it takes
maybe
10
it all
it's like 10
circles
days. And
back.
It's like guys like golf, it takes 10 days. Like they were like, get him all gone. And then 10 days later, you tee it up and it's like, it's like something, it's a spell.
Men in Black, man.
Yeah, it's like they get hit with the Men in Black and they're like, run it back. Let's run it back. And then they all start nodding their heads and they're like, run it back. Run it back.
That is the definition of insanity.
Yes.
Like, we've got enough data now. I'm the other way too. I don't think, like, the way that Mitch Marner's body language and the way that he was speaking in his media, I know he was very careful, but that sounded like a guy who felt like he played his last game as a Maple Leaf. Like, he talked about his time in Toronto. He didn't once say, I'm committed to this. Obviously, his agent is a guy who wants to negotiation.
You can't say you're dying to stay. They'll take advantage of that.
So I would point one thing, and I don't know if we brought this up, but a defenseman in the NHL brought this up to me the other day and was like, if I was sitting where D-men sit and a forward with dry hair was yelling back at the defense and yelling at the team going, let's wake up. And he goes, it's halfway through the game and this guy has not one bead of sweat in a game 7 on his person. Be like, maybe look in the mirror. Like, we haven't even talked about that. Like, I was chuckling about it. I went back and watched the replay. This guy's screaming at the bench. He didn't break a sweat in warm-up. He didn't break a sweat with nerves heading into a game. Watch him take his helmet off. Zero sweat. Dry hair. Screaming at the bench.
Everyone had to wake up. And
like, that is insanity.
That's his McDavid moment. Dry hair, wake up, everyone.
No, listen, I respect the passion. I think Mitch Marner wanted to win. I really do. I'm just saying, like, optics. If I'm sitting on the bench and a guy with dry hair is screaming at the bench going, let's wake up, maybe you can put in a little extra effort yourself. That's the way I look at it.
Well, I think that's reasonable across the board. I think it's, again, a true indictment of things when you consider this is even a conversation in a Game 7. But it is, and it was. All right, let me throw a few more likely to happens at you guys. All right? You tell me where you stand, just to try to get a read on this. And maybe we can get a poll up, because, again, I did say what I said about, online activity and Twitter and all that. Maybe it's not truly conducive to what's going on out there in the real world.
Right.
But where do fans stand? And I don't even know how to frame it. Is it, do you want him back? Do you think he'll be back? Those are two different stories, right? Do you want Marner back, or do you think Marner will be back? It's two very different stories. And the truth is, the fans and us and everyone else on the outside have no power in this. It's Marner first and foremost. He's got to make the call. And the Leafs, right, on whether or not they want to make it happen too, and if so, what it would look like. But let me throw this out to you guys. More likely to happen: Mitch Marner re-signs in Toronto, or Sam Bennett signs in Toronto?
Mitch Marner.
I say neither. I know.
You got to pick one, though.
Neither's. It's.
I hear
Marner.
you, but you got to pick one.
Yeah.
Marner
Sam Bennett
or
is going to be the
I-
exact same thing as Reinhart, where it's going to be the end of the season. They either win the cup or they don't. It's going to take about 24 hours, and he's like, I'm not leaving Florida. I'm not leaving this team.
Yeah.
And they work it out. That's what's going to happen.
I think you're probably right.
I'm saying Marner then. I agree. Because I think Sam Bennett will realize, I mean, if he hasn't already, obviously he wants to maximize this contract, but he also has to realize his situation. And he is going to have, just like Mitch Marner, they're going to have a lot of teams, begging for their services. Because they're both very good players in their own right, different situations. I watched your Jay hit last night.
Oh, did you?
Very good. You were the voice of Toronto sports.
Voice of reason. It's not voice of reason. It's the voice of Toronto sports.
You are the voice of Toronto sports. I don't know.
Yeah.
Voice of reason? Listen.
Reason is
that's
questionable
subjective.
at times.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Yes.
But I thought it was a great hit.
I was firing on all cylinders.
You were,
last
and
night.
I thought you articulated it perfectly. Because if San Jose's signing Sam Bennett and going to go, you're delivering us to the playoffs, he has to realize situational awareness, which he does. He's a smart player, and he gets it. But Mitch Marner, again, I come back to what my comment yesterday about Ken Holland and how he liked to build his teams and what I heard. Like, Brad Treliving's going, That's 100 points that might be walking out the door. How
Yeah.
am I going to change? How am I going to replace that? Or is it going to look different? Or is it going to be the same player? Or is it going to be a combination of a bunch of different players to make up those 100 points? Like, that is the multi-million-dollar question that Brad Treliving has to go through right now, because he has no idea if Mitch Marner wants to play for the Leafs.
Yep, it's his
Come
job.
July 1st, right?
If he doesn't, it's also $11 million to work with.
Correct.
Right? There is a lot of flexibility that comes with it. I would say more likely Marner stays than Bennett signs in Toronto. More likely to happen. Marner signs in Toronto or Morgan Riley gets traded this summer.
Morgan, these are all turning up Mitch signing in Toronto. Is this some
Really?
kind of dirty trick?
No, I'm just pointing. I got a number of them here. I got even non-hockey ones if you want me to
Well,
throw
no,
some at you.
You know how much term Morgan Riley has on
He's
his
got
deal?
5 years left, I believe. At 7.5, full no trade.
How many years has he been in the organization? 10?
11, maybe 12 now. Might be 12.
Like, listen,
He's a lifer.
he is a lifer, and like, he's committed to this organization long term. You know, he could easily, over the years, put up his hand and said, check, please. You know, at some point, maybe he will. But at some point, the organization might try and force his hand and say, we want to head in a different direction as far as the mix on the back end. You might be a part of this. I don't know. He controls everything. He's got
Yeah,
a
he
full
controls it.
no move, correct?
Yep. Yeah, he's got a full no trade. Yep. And listen, he's at 7.5 with the cap going up. If he can get back to where he has been at times in his career, there's a lot of value in that.
100%, a lot of value. We
I
love
think
Morgan, but
kind of feels, I guess, like maybe
It's
Marner
Marner.
re-signing. All right, let me throw this one at you. This is going to get you. All right, more likely to happen. Marner re-signs in Toronto or Carolina comes back to win the series.
Oh,
Gotta be. What do you
These are all
got?
about
like,
Marner.
you just really, like, these are.
I'm just trying to put this into perspective. It's
Okay.
not as long of a shot as you guys, as everyone has been maybe saying it is the last 10 days.
I feel like, and my dust hasn't settled. That looked like a player that was on his
I
way.
hear you. I agree.
I'm not talking
It was
from the-
also the ugliest time ever after getting embarrassed, twice in a row on home ice, and how not his first rodeo, and he's from here, and he knew it was coming. Right? He
Right.
knew it was like, this is going to be so nasty, and it's going to get ugly for everybody. And it was, and everyone was taking bullets, and I don't know.
Well-
I think clearly they put forth their plan, the Marner camp, on how they were going to negotiate this year. So I think he was well aware of how he was going to answer all those questions, because he knew that they were coming. And
So-
if you want to if you wanted the team to believe you're out, so that they beg you to stay with more money, I would say that was an Oscar-worthy performance. If that was the intention, I don't know that it was,
Yeah.
but if it was, I'd say he sold it hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, you're right. But again, you keep using the core four or whatever, just